couple of seconds talking to you about the Etruscans. They're going to be people we hear about a good bit in our first couple of readings on the Roman Republic. I have a map pulled up here so you can get a sense of some of the geography. This is Italy, in case you can't tell. With no boot, sometimes it's hard to tell. And you can see here where Rome is located. Rome was founded, the year the standard is 753 BCE. To give you a sense of that time, that's pretty close to the same time that Homer would have been writing down the Odyssey for the Iliad and the Odyssey. So we're talking before the golden age of Greece. But Rome was originally just a very small settlement, no big buildings, kind of a backwater area of the Italian countryside. The area that was probably the most settled, the most advanced in Italy was just to the north of Rome. You can see it here, the slightly darker color. This was the area called Etruria, where the Etruscans lived. And the Etruscans, like the Greeks, lived in city-states. And you can see several of the city-states here. And the city-states, again, like the Greeks, all had different forms of government, different ideas, and some different customs. The thing that kind of made them or united them was a single religious tradition and a lot of the same cultural traditions that spread throughout this entire region. Many of those cultural traditions will be absorbed eventually by the Romans. Shortly after Rome was founded, the Etruscans begin actually to expand a little bit. Just like the Greeks did, they start looking outward to try to take over some more areas. And Rome was pretty shortly after it's founded taken over by a group of people from this city-state. It says Tarkna here, Tarkina or Tarquini is also other names that I've seen with it. It's the Tarquin family. And Rome was then built up by the Tarquins. It became a legitimate city under the Tarquins with some nice big buildings. But the Roman people saw themselves as very different from the ruling Etruscans. So there was a lot of tension between the ruling family of the Tarquins and the Romans. And that comes to a head as we see in the history of Livy. You see the story of Lucretia and Horatius, which is a telling of some of the issues that we see between the Etruscans and the Romans. That hopefully should give you a little bit of a background that can kind of set the stage for your reading. I think we'll be making another video to talk a little bit about the reading itself, but I hope this is helpful. Please let us know if you have any questions. Thanks.